catch him on the morning steam. We're working tomorrow on the show on Friday. Ramon, what's happening?
Yep, sticking that Friday show on us was kind of like gluing the golf club in Tiger Woods' hand, like Earl did. But Tony, it's about San Diego State right now, is what I'm looking. Not I'm got your preview here, but you were talking about watching the games, and my Aztecs tipping off right now. But I'm ready, sir. Get into this one if you are, with Houston tonight against Northern Kentucky. Oh, I don't need to sell you on Houston's defense, Tony. You know that. I mean, I will rattle them off. That's what we do here on the show. But everyone knows Houston, probably the top defense in the country. Yeah, the stats have a few other teams up there too. But come on, they hold opponents to under 36% shooting, and you know, third in effective field goal percentage defensively, fourth in adjusted defensive efficiency, second in limiting teams three pointers. They've got a terrific lineup. We know that Sasser is questionable for this game with a groin injury, and it's well, I'd call it not even 50-50. He might not play, might not need to play, right? So if you got a guy like Marcus Sasser and you're playing Northern Kentucky, you're one of the biggest favorites on the board. What's the rush? You've got Shed, you've got Roberts. You can take care of business here with that Sampson style of defense. They had an 11-game winning streak when they lost that game to Memphis. We had Memphis as a premium on that day, but not to say that Houston still isn't one of the best teams in the country and a title contender. Before that loss, they held ECU to 46. They held Cincinnati to 48. And they weren't necessarily holding conference teams to under 50 points before the conference tournament. Granted, ECU maybe down again this year, and Cincinnati might not have lived up to expectations, I guess. But still, once they got to the conference tournament, Houston did turn on the defense even a little bit tighter than normal. So, how will that affect the Northern Kentucky team that shoots just 43%? They played good defense in the Summit tournament for sure and held opponents to 43.7% this season. Now they're going up against a much better team here, obviously, and their inconsistencies offensively may end up being exposed, I would think, here. They lost games. Listen, who's a comparable team that we can look at Northern Kentucky to see what type of games they play out of the Summit League? Well, they played FAU, kind of a mini, not mini Houston, but I mean, certainly they're in the tournament here with a high quality record. It was 67-52 in that one. That went under the 121 and a half. They beat Cincinnati in one of their better performances of the season, 64-51 for 115 points. Other non-conference defensive results, they scored just 47 points against Washington State, 56 points against Arlington, and another good team, maybe the real mini Houston, Kent. They scored just 57 points. So NKU 4-13 to the under off of a straight up win, and they've gone under in four straight against teams that are above a 600 winning percentage. Houston's a long term under against teams that are above a 600 winning percentage. Certainly throw Northern Kentucky, they're 22-12. 20-42 to the under long term against those very good teams. Also, six of the last eight Houston games have gone under the total. We know Houston's been playing kind of the same kind of defense for the last several years, and they're also 1-6-1 to the under off of a straight up loss. So those last six Summit games were a good build up. Those wins, the three straight in the tourney as well. They allowed 63, talking about NKU now, allowed 63 to Youngstown, 61 to Cleveland State, Tony. So it can only go under. In fact, we know Houston with their, taking the maximum possessions, right? They're like 350th in the country in possession length. Well, where's Northern Kentucky when they're on defense in possession length? 363rd. And I have to tell you this, Tony. That's dead last in the country. NKU when they're on defense, they'll let you take up the whole dang clock if you want. And they're going up against Houston. I imagine that's what's going to happen on a lot of possessions in this one. Turn the other way around too. NKU 300th in tempo and Houston 250th in defensive tempo. Under 105. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 121 and a half, Tony. Yeah.
121 and a half is the under here. Ramon says go under in this one. Of course, again, you mentioned here with the Northern Kentucky, just that possession length and just do what you just got to hope that Houston doesn't get out to that big lead. Then again, Northern Kentucky will have to push the pace, right? And then that will change the pace of play possibly. That's the one thing you got to worry about is that this doesn't get out of hand, right?
No, it's happening right now. And again, it was Kansas. Look, it's tightened up a little bit. Kansas got off to a huge start and ended up leading 50-27 at halftime. That's the nature of all these games. I mean, you almost can lump them all together when you start tournament handicapping. That's almost the way I look at it. Everybody wants to talk about the seedings and how that works out, but really, you look it up and down when you have some of these big spreads. Even was worried about Corpus Christi here a second ago. They were trailing 8-0 early. It's 9-6 right now, but Howard's come back a little bit on Kansas, trailing 69-52 in a similar game where I was calling for an under, and definitely is trending over there. So yeah, that is the concern. But again, that's where the Sasser injury comes in here. Why play Marcus Sasser and his 17 points tonight in this game, or token minutes, certainly if he's in a situation where he is rehabbing, wants to get out there, make sure testing everything in game play a little bit of minutes, but not the whole game if you're going to be able to control this game. Northern Kentucky did a nice job, nice story here, but uh, they do force turnovers, but Jamal, he's not going to turn it over too frequently. So they'll just work their possessions, get their best shot possible, and there's Northern Kentucky's got a nice rebounder in Brandon, and they do a nice job with their guard two Rhodes. So again, they had a very nice year. Great job by Northern Kentucky. I mean, this is a big story actually for the Norse, but. The big story for Houston is coming off a loss, and Memphis did a great job in that game. It was really the Memphis story at the tournament, and what Penny Hardaway did with Memphis. But we had Memphis on that day.
All right, Ramon here, Northern Kentucky, Houston. Under total here of 120, 1.5. This one will have a start time here, 9:20 Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at TonySpicks.com. Let's put the numbers up there for Ramon here. 3,900, almost 4,000 units of profit for 2023. It's been on absolute fire. Ramon Scott, check him out over at TonySpicks.com. All right, Ramon, tonight we've got, as you said, NBA on the board. Lots of college basketball still to go. We're still getting some of these morning sessions still left to roll as well. And then a huge afternoon slate as well. 8 games in the afternoon, primetime slate as well. Of course, NBA, big NHL card. We know you're heavy into NHL as well. What do you have going on over at TonySpicks.com?
Well, I'm just a little nervous right now. San Diego State trailing early against Charleston. I knew tough game. I want to see what's going on in the chat here. Sorry about that. Turn on the YouTube. Want to say hello to everyone in the chat with Brent and Pick Zombies today. Was worried there about that San Diego State in this game, but we're in action right now. We've already brought home a winner today, Tony, with the over in Furman and Virginia. Who would have thought? Talking about low-scoring games, but hey, no, I was thinking, you see that total was high, I was thinking high, and that's the way it went in that big upset. Bracket Buster, who had them in our contest? Anybody with Furman? They're in the lead right now, I'd say, Tony. Tonight at Tony'sPicks.com, I've got a 5-pack ready to go right now for the evening action for $35 over at Tony'sPicks.com. Get involved. Take a look. Those are the college basketball numbers. Since the first of the year, plus 3,100 units. You can see the records. We have that cool scoreboard, Tony, the leaderboard, where you can customize it. If you go to, college basketball, choose a year, you'll see it right there. 3,200 units after that winner already came home today. So get the 5-pack tonight, and also the March Madness late night 3-pack as well. You could, if you need a 5-pack for 35 or the 3-pack. I think I have it on a discount there. I might have it priced wrong, so take advantage of my mistake. I was so excited in putting together college packages. Also, I have in the NHL tonight a 3-pack of early action. We're also doing very, very well there. With a couple more winners last night in the NHL, and I think I'm going to come in with a late pack as well. Might be could be 3 of those late games that I'm interested in. But Mindy and I had so many agreements on our morning Steam show today. You could go back and watch the show, and those are considered premium picks when Mindy and I agree on them because we package them up here at Tony's Picks, and we've been hot in hockey. We had an NCAA tournament day, and I felt like everybody was there for the. You talk about the 11-game hockey card. I feel like everybody's coming for the hockey, Tony. Come for the basketball, stay for the hockey. Over in the NBA tonight, no package yet. Mindy and I had 4 agreements on the show, and I'm not sure that I can come up with a play that didn't match those 4 plays tonight, especially on college basketball night. So far, so good. We'll see what happens, but still definitely in action tonight. Look at those numbers, take advantage. You want some extra winners in your back pocket. I have several games, pretty heavy volume tonight for an online handicapper. So why not just grab a 7-day pass here and get involved in the tournament all the way through the week? Because the numbers are there right now, plus 3,200 since the beginning of the year, Tony. And I'm loaded up tonight in college basketball.
That's right, guys. Got Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks. Put the numbers up there. Nearly 4,000 units of profit here for 2023. There's all diving over at Tony'sPicks.com. I think when we get that overgrading in there, we'll get it over 4,000. So, guys, get on board. Ramon, right now, you can see the plays today. A 5-pack up there, 3-pack up there here from college basketball, late night 3-pack. Also a 3-pack up here for March Madness. So get on board with these. Actually, it is a 5-pack, late night 5-pack up there. It says up there on the board. So 5-pack up there, $35. Get on board. Also, the NHL is a 3-pack up there as well. Now, instead of buying these plays individually, very good time right now to get the long-term passes, give you the full tournament coverage. The 1-month pass gives you the full tournament coverage. A 7-day pass gets you covered here for the until the round dwindles down to 16 teams, right? So you got the Friday, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday action. So that 7-day pass is the way to roll. When this tournament will dwindle down to 16 teams with that 7-day pass. And of course, that covers also all of Ramon's NBA premium plays, NHL premium plays. He's also in action in the World Baseball Classic. Had a great pick. Had a great pick last night on the show with that Puerto Rico game, which they ended up winning, beating the Dominican Republic there in that game. Of course, it was costly to a player there, but anyway, you guys can get on board there because Ramon also in action. Peripheral sports. Things will start to slow down a little bit here as these games whittle down. He does look into tennis. He will have a UFC card for you here on the weekend as well. So get on board with Ramon Scott. And, of course, use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off all of your premium package purchases. We know it's $66 off the 1-month pass, but you guys can do the math on the 3 or the 7-day pass. This is the time. This is long-term pass season right now. So get the long-term pass. And, of course, that promo code we'll put up there, TonyT at checkout, and you'll save 20% off. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and then you'll land right on Ramon's page. Go ahead and get signed up. All right, Ramon, we've got a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon. The morning steam is archived with a lot of content for the pro. None of the pro games have started, so there's a lot of pro action still to go. You can go back and watch the archive, some of the night sessions from College Hoops, as well as we've got you on the Discord as well. And all over the site, all over the website too.
Should be Moni's Picks, I think, at this point. But I aspired to be here on Tony's Picks, and here I am, and I'm going to take advantage of it. Sorry, brother. Anyways, get the play tonight at Tony's Picks. Ramon going to have a play for you there on the social media tonight. Actually, Tony, it's coming to you in the women's play-in round. I've got 2 women's picks tonight, and they're both embedded also on the site here, Tony. If you take a look at my videos, I have a couple picks on the women's side in my sponsor video and also in my leaderboard video. Kind of hog the premiums up there with all the men's action because you got to put the best plays where you're coming with the best record right now. So have all the best plays actually in the premium action. But did take a look at those women's games after I privately had a good night in the opening night of the play-in round. The first four they call it in the women on the women's side. So we'll be back tomorrow with more morning steam. We we had a winner on the show. Mindy gave out Maryland on the show in that first game. So, we're off to a pretty good start overall, and I'm really looking forward to these games. We're losing teams fast. So take advantage right now. You see those college basketball numbers on the board for me, and well, the season's going to be over here before you know it. So let's keep the iron hot and strike again while we still can, while the easiest sport is here, college basketball, to pick off those winners.
That's right. Great day yesterday with the play-in round. Of course, don't forget we got a lot of NIT, CBI on the weekend still to come. So we got a lot of college hoops left to roll, guys. So be sure to check out Ramon over at our site, Tony'sPicks.com. Over on our leaderboard video, you hit the premium picks tab to get there. On the homepage, you'll find the sponsored video near the pick ticker there, and of course the Discord, where the conversation continues. It's been lively chat right now here. A lot of content up there. A lot of the folks up there in the Discord, just click the link you see in our chat box, and that'll get you right to the Discord, and that's where the conversation will continue with a lot of picks here from the community here. We only put the link here in our live show, so you're going to see a lot of familiar faces in there posting their picks, posting conversation pieces as well. Lots happening there, guys, so go ahead and get in there and join the conversation over in our Discord by clicking the link you see there in the chat box, and we'll look forward to seeing all of you guys in there. All right, let's continue. All right, Ramon, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that great success. We'll catch the morning steam tomorrow. I know your day off will be here on Monday.
Hey, I don't take a day off, brother, but I don't ever give out any premium picks on the air, certainly. But I don't know what I'm thinking here today.
Okay, all right. There you go. You can see it.
All right.
All right, you got it. You guys hope we got that message across. All right, Ramon, have yourself a great afternoon. Ramon Scott here on Game Day Pick.